Yo! What's going on, guys? This is Grim Reaper back with another Boar's Hat podcast, man. Today I have the greatness here with me. I have the great. I'm not even gonna tell y'all niggas' names, bro. It's all about Rudy Seal, nigga. It's all about motherfucking Flash and Sunshine at the same time, bro. What's going on, guys?
What kind of rule? Excuse me? You think I'm just gonna sit here and just take? Who decided what kind of what time is it?
What time it is?
It's 1 p. It's like 1:14 p.m. Relax. I still got some heat.
What's going on? Today we have Zarso, Fang Strizer, Kishin Prime, and Soraya here with us. We're talking about the greatness of 288, man. What'd you guys think, bro?
10 out of 10. Coming off the heels of lab chapter, man. Last two chapters, man. All I want was action. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll give it a 9.
Yeah, me too.
I think any chapter that has this in it has to be a 10.
You mean a gay Luda show?
A gay Luda show. Confirmed.
We're not starting this early. Oh my god. Look. Before we get any forward in the stream, I want to mention we have this stream does not reflect our personal views and opinions or political affiliations and stuff like that. It's just simply a discussion of the manga Seven Deadly Sins. Anything else that you hear does not reflect the Seven Deadly Sins tale itself, Nakaba, Suzuki, or Grim Reaper. Or Grim either.
But it might for Zarso. It might. So watch out. I might get a little spicy tonight.
So I guess we can go from the top then. If you guys could elaborate on your thoughts on the chapter.
Did you already start?
Yeah, right now. What's up, Naya?
Bro. Here he is. The one and the only. I know. If there's one person I know who would be hyped for this chapter, this man here. This man Naya.
Ominous Nebula.
That Nebula?
Yeah, what'd you think about the chapter, Naya?
I mean, them scans was some mid. Them squished ass panels. But I liked it. It was cool. That cliffhanger. I'm scared. Couldn't believe it. But it's a good chapter. I enjoyed it. It's gonna get crazy, man. And then still we don't know about the Maya reveal. That's gonna be wild when that drops. I wonder what's gonna happen until then.
Yeah, this cliffhanger, man. I don't want to start on that part of the chat discussion, but
yeah, nah.
Yeah, don't do that.
All right, let's go from the top then. So, I guess we got an elaboration upon what was going on and what the perceived technique of Ominous Nebula was, and then we saw the combo attack with Sunshine and Flash. What do you guys think about that?
It was a little underwhelming, in my opinion.
Very underwhelming.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of hyped up, and I was actually going to call it like Flash Shine or something last week, and I was like, yeah, the combo is coming, and this is what we get.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely not as impressive as I thought. Like this is worse than like Diane King and like Gother trying to do a combo, because at least like for them there was something going on. That was just like no one was trying in that. It was like, we have nothing we can do. We're just gonna throw some shit attacks and pray for the best. And well, as you can obviously see, nothing.
All right, so I'm gonna chalk this up to the translation, but from what I understood, the combination was that they first use Ruby Shine to blind them, and then ESCANOR did a Cruel Sun to attack them. But the instance was that's how you overcome the instant full counter. You give him something to reflect, and then use a consecutive attack that he can't get to in time. So I guess that was supposed to be the case, where you throw a Cruel Sun, and while Zeldris is dealing with that or using the full reflect, he then has two.
No, that wasn't really the case.
I think they wanted to distract him.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like he threw the Cruel Sun at the ground to create debris. So while Zeldris was technically dealing with that, they thought they were gonna sneak in a couple of attacks.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Wasn't
Yeah,
really the case.
and unfortunately, there was another block to it, so he can block consecutively. So I guess you can call it better than the technique full counter. But
Full reflect.
yeah, let's elaborate, or let's look at what the actual technique is. How were you guys seeing this now? Because it doesn't look like it's a regular like form of magic, like a secret technique that we thought it was gonna be, like fucking infinity or something like that. It seems like it's an actual strategy. He's using darkness and
Well,
his
yeah.
ability
Well,
at the
if
same
you really
time.
think about it, it's different because keep in mind, Zeludus is a demon. He's not really a human. So in humans' cases, if you remember, like 2,000 years ago, humans didn't have magic. They just kind of naturally took magic in from the environment, and that's how they're able to awaken it now. For example, with Gilsander, he awakened Thunderbolt because of his admiration for his dad. But for demons and for other races, like the giants, they all have the ability to manipulate the earth. So do the fairies, the ability to manipulate plants. That's something not only that they can do. Technically, I guess a human could awaken the power to move the earth in a similar way to the giants, but that's neither here nor there. Now, with the demons, we've actually seen the darkness of the demons incorporate into someone's magical ability earlier. If you remember with Marashira, like she used her darkness to create a portal.
Yeah.
And that is her magical power. It was called Warp Gate, which she used to not only like create that space towards the closer to escape, but also to bring back the souls of the dead. So we've seen this previously, and Zolus's case is even more interesting because he also uses his sword techniques as mastery to create it. So it's more unique than what we've seen so far. And who knows, maybe this is some foreshadowing for what Meliodas' actual magic power will be. Maybe it also incorporates things like that, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's not something similar to this, because one of the interesting things is that it was described that he's using his power of darkness to like move it around or float it around very, very quickly, and that's creating a vacuum. So it's interesting that like we can't see it because we've been standing there this entire time. We can't see it or hear it because they haven't sensed it. So
it's too fast.
Exactly. So it's kind of crazy that he has that much control over the power of darkness. So it makes me wonder what else can niggas do, and it makes me want to say this isn't really a fucking a form of secret magic. It's a combination technique that he has.
Yes, yeah. Like I was gonna say that at the end of the day, what this ominous nebula is basically like a culmination of all the of like the various different ways Zeldris uses the magic's put on him and that he knows, and just kind of puts them all together like at once. Like you already have the inversion demon king power that like gives him the ability to like kind of like just say fuck off to all magic. Then there's like the physical buff. Then there's like the then there's it just stacks. It just stacks. Like Bond basically pulled that off in Purgatory. He's able to add like his healing, his own healing, as a factor into like the way he uses his magic. So that now he can gift his healing to other people instead of just taking people's physical abilities. So it's all about how you basically like pick and choose, or maybe like I guess incorporate all of your attributes and powers and put them together. But the thing is, you'd have to like be born unique enough, or at least like acquire enough attributes in order to pull off something as crazy as Ominous Nebula.
What do you think this?
I would say.
What do you think this technique that Rudisil was about, or whenever they did that combo attack against Zeldris? It looks like an arc blade because we've seen it that short before, but I feel like I've seen like them throw projectiles with that same formation on their hands.
Yeah, it could be both.
You know what page I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
By the way, guys, we're using the 7 Sama translation for the panels. Check out the link in the description to follow along.
Not our first choice, so opinions can be changed later on.
Yeah, no doubt. Damn, man. Is anybody's ideas or thoughts changing about Zeldris? Because right after this, he said, "Time is precious. Now I'll get serious," and then he escalated the things that was going on. So.
Oh yeah, a very interesting thing when he did that. If you noticed, the mark on his forehead changed.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to Meliodas' in a Psalm mode.
That shit looks badass right now. Like fucking badass.
Oh yeah, especially with the pose, he's like, I'm done fucking around.
Mm-hmm.
What do you like? Is he up there now? Like, what are you guys feeling about Zeldris?
Well, we never got to know his power level, so.
Isn't this enough though? Like power level aside, like this is Escanor and Rudisill, not like
Yeah, but he's kind of like blocking all of their attacks with the Demon King's power.
That's part of his power.
Still feels kind of cheaty to me.
Yeah, it's more of a gift at the moment, but if you strip that away, how does he pair up? That's
what I'd like to know, yeah.
That's the $1 million question.
I don't know, man, because this, like, I can agree about the enchantment part, but as far as moving the darkness around and then blocking and shit, that's all him.
Hey man, I'm gonna say this right now. It doesn't matter because everyone in this game is cheating, so it's fine. It's all fine. It's all fine. You're gonna talk to me about his power being a cheat? Merlin alone doesn't deserve to do anything.
Yeah, like
Merlin alone. Meliodas came through with just like, hey man, any attack you can think of blasting at me isn't gonna work. So don't get blast happy because I will too. Like, are you serious? And then Bond comes through. He's all like, hey man, you want to get slapped to death? All right, let's go. Like, let's go like a couple rounds.
Yeah,
see how long I last.
Pretty broken since the beginning. Like it's not really fair to call it unfair because he has enchantments from the strongest nigga in the verse, arguably. So like,
yeah,
I could see why you're saying that because it's not his own personal skill that's doing it completely. So I can agree with that.
Yeah, that's the main reason I'm saying that because it's not really all his own power.
No doubt.
But you know what? Hey, he makes it work for him. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, and he looks pretty cool doing it. So.
Fucking beautiful.
So this confirms what we were talking about before that slash that was on Rudisill's breastplate that was indeed from Zeldris' speed.
Yeah.
Which is fucking.
And that shit looked deep. Deep as all hell.
It broke the blade, bro. It broke the blade.
Shit.
I feel so sorry for Margaret.
Yeah, really.
man. Yeah, man. She's like, look, all I want to do is snuggle up with my honey boo. It's all like, and I gotta deal with like a holy war, get my breastplate fucked up, probably get my breast fucked up. Like, I don't think she was asking for any of that.
Yeah, poor Gil Thunder as well.
Yeah, man. Like, fucking, I feel bad for her more than anyone else in this story. Like, all she wants to do is fucking cuddle up with her boyfriend and like live a happy life. Like, that's fucking all this bitch wants. All she fucking wants. And she can't get it for shit. She's like, fuck this holy war, fuck this angel, fuck everybody, give me my mans.
I mean, but I feel like this is getting like. All right, let me ask you a question. Do you think that if Hendrickson or if Gil Thunder hadn't gotten in the way in these situations, these past few chapters, that Rudisill would have been in real more danger?
It's possible.
Debatable.
Nah.
Debatable, because there were some attacks he said that he could see. There's some attacks he said he could see, and then there were others that where it's like Gil Thunder. Gil Thunder literally like used magic in order to fucking move as fast as he did in order to like block an attack. So I can only imagine.
I feel like this one would have actually done some actual damage.
Yeah.
Well, I could agree with that because it was even like being alluded to that it would, but like it's just that he got there. If Gil Thunder could get there, what do you think Rudisill would have done if he was the one attacking? That's what I'm thinking. Like, sure, he got him that time, but Rudisill could have been on some shit. Like, it looked like kind of a suicide run too. Like, he was just like, "Fuck it, I'll just take you head on and see what you're really about and shit." But,
well, here's the thing. Like, it didn't seem like Rudisill had any much like had much to really pull off as a counter, seeing as how like the both of them got slammed about as hard as like Escanor and Merlin. The only thing is that like while Gil Thunder's kind of sitting there like all fucked up, Escanor is like all angry as all hell because like you touched his because you touched his bitch and now he's pissed. Now he's angry. He's got that prominence, bro. He's got that prominence, Just got angry. That Escanor, oof, so rough, so angry, so tough.
Naya.
Yo.
What did you think about the reveal of what Ominous Nebula really is?
What the fuck did they say again? Yo, I'm sorry. Them squished ass panels, my eyes was hurting trying to read that shit. I'm trying to remember.
This fucking kid. This fucking kid.
Well, basically, it's
got you, I
he's
got
using
you.
his power of darkness and just whirling it around at light speed.
Yeah, I'll read it.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah. When they take that one panel where you like a swing shit around. I mean, he's the GOAT, so just it is what it is. What do you want, man?
It says the true form of his Omnibus Nebula is an extreme concentration where he rotates his own darkness at high speeds, creating a vortex that surrounds and attracts all living things around him. This technique.
Oh, and it was faster than Flash. I remember. Okay, yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
This technique makes the air flow and creates a vacuum, and everything that comes into contact with it is inevitably sliced at a godlike speed by pure reflexes. Okay, so yeah,
Sounds like he's the GOAT.
Sounds like he's got the fastest swordsmanship in the series.
yeah, fuck you.
It's ridiculous that it's such a simple technique, but it has all this power.
Yeah, and it's not even a grace.
It's him, man.
Hashtag Flash is trash.
Like to spin it that fucking fast that you're sucking in things around you, and then you cut anything that comes into a certain radius.
Amen.
If anything, when I say this, please understand that I'm a Taizai fanboy when I say this. But the way that he's using darkness, bro, I'm not sure if I agree with it completely. Like, Arc has been perfectly fine, but I'm wondering what limitation darkness has, because we've seen it do too much already. Like,
In what way? Exactly.
So-
I want to know in what way exactly.
Sounds like you just mad that and the
No.
swordsmanship is quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It kind of does.
Salty.
We saw this nigga Meliodas like do some fucking like soul crush type shit to Galand and fucking Esterosa and Zeldris on 2 different occasions, and they didn't get burned by it. So you can't call it Hellblazer or anything like that. That was the power of darkness manipulation, and it was like a gravitational force, like he was pressing them down. We've seen it heal. We've seen it block attacks. We've seen it formed into limbs that are permanent. We've seen it used as projectiles. We've seen it used as weapons. We've seen it used for flight. There's been so many different uses of it, and it makes sense. Arc has been utilizing the same exact method, but to a smaller degree with a smaller variation to it. So I'm wondering if this nigga's just like, what is he spinning, like rods or some shit, like rods of darkness magic? Like, why is spinning darkness doing this?
Well, this could be based in like, let's see, like in Naruto, for instance. You know how you had the 2 sides of chakra. You had the physical side and you had the spiritual side. Demons seem to be using more of the spiritual side, which represents vitality in the body. And then the archangels and all that are using the light side, which is more spiritual and less tangible.
I disagree completely.
It
I
could
would
be.
say,
Doesn't really seem
I would
like-
say that.
Hold on,
the demons
Zarso,
are using.
Zarso, hold up.
My
man.
bad. Go ahead, my bad.
Fang, or explain why you disagree?
Yeah, well, I disagree completely because we have already seen art being used in a variety of different ways, and we actually seen is so far, and I think it is the maximum highest damage capacity of both darkness and arc. Because if you remember, when Zeldris and Merlin had their confrontation up in the sky,
Oh yeah.
Ludociel basically threw a fucking nuke at Zeldris, who, being a badass, responded with his own nuke in Dies Irae. So I think that's the highest possible damage that you can deal with both the, light or arc in this case and darkness. So they're both extremely versatile. They're both extremely. It's basically an ability made for combat. So the darkness of the Demon Clan reminds me a lot of the Two-Seeking Balls from Naruto. Only much more versatile than even those, because you can create Hellblades, you can do a bunch of shit. You can create gravity pressure, like Meliodas did when he pinned to the ground Estarossa and Zeldris. So they can do a lot of things with darkness. With Arc, it's been introduced, relatively earlier than the darkness. So who knows what else you can do with it? And maybe we will see it.
We've seen shields, we've seen swords, we've seen beams, we've seen multiple beams, we've seen
Protection
Constructs.
shields.
Say again?
Constructs, essentially.
What constructs of arc have we seen? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
The
The
arcs.
sanctuary.
Oh, sanctuary. Yeah, that's right. That's right. The sanctuary. The arcs. Arc and Omega. What else?
There's a few.
And some of them blend together because they're not as original.
Yeah.
Hard to
I would
know.
say darkness has more. No. They've both been used in about the same capacity for the most part. It's just that the goddesses don't use their light for like claws. They don't use it for wings, but then again, they do technically use them for wings, like they've been since they've all been brought back because they don't have their own original bodies. So anything that they do is made out of light.
Technically.
So essentially, like there's no real difference between like what they do. It's basically all the same, only just different sides of the coin.
And we can't really say one is more destructive, right? Because like the DCA and the Omega Arc Beam example.
Yeah, in reality, it's just like, hey man, this is attack, and like I've got like my attributes, you have your attributes, I got my powers, you got your powers. Let's see whose overtakes whose. That's basically it.
It also depends on the user. I mean, if we have Nerobasta versus Meliodas, well, there's not really too much of a competition.
Yeah. I mean, with them titties though, that shit.
I mean, with that though, yeah.
She can have position with all the women in this series, basically.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back to the chapter though, because there were some more things that we could dissect. Is there anything you guys want to bring up before we move on though?
Yeah, there's something I want to bring up. I want to bring up crazy prominence. Kind of like this.
That was good.
Yeah. Once your boy becomes the real question and starts questioning why everyone's even like standing in front of him because he's so OP and starts to attack everyone. Your boy Escanor comes through, saves the girl Merlin, even though Merlin's like kind of injured for like the first time, and loses all manner of shit.
If you look in that panel, I apologize for interrupting you, but if you look at that panel, it's pretty fucking hilarious. He also holds Henderson with his left leg.
Yeah.
Henderson is about to foul, and this is really funny.
Oh shit! I didn't even know.
Yeah,
I
he's right
missed
there.
that. Good
Yeah.
eye.
God damn, that's funny as all hell.
This is a technique of Is it of the no it's not because I'm trying to figure out exactly what moment he turned into that because
I think it was with those words he talked to Merlin.
I think
if you want to talk to
say it again.
No, if you're trying to get over to what happens at towards the end of the chapter, I would say that you might have to go back up a couple pages because I think it was like Merlin was talking. Yeah, like there's like this weird bit of dialogue between Merlin and Escanor before he does his thing towards the end. But I think that might be it. It's like she just did something. She's done something.
His body looks the same as it does when he's doing Crazed Prominence. And I'm saying, like, whenever we see, or like we actually get to acknowledge clearly that he's in the one form, besides looking at his feet after those panels, is when we see the little the aura around his fingers, like we saw last time, and that's there in a panel of Crazed Prominence. So I'm like, right here when she's like gasping for air or like doing a puff or whatever, sighing, and then we see that spark next to the eyes. That's Escanor in the one form, right there. And Crazed Prominence is a technique of the
I
one.
disagree.
Okay, please elaborate.
I basically disagree with that because we've seen Escanor, like, his hands being fiery and stuff like that. Because if you remember when Ludociel sensed Sun and Escanor, at the end of that small fight, Escanor pointed at Ludociel, was able to melt his sword with just one finger, and we saw the same kind of effect when he's in the one, with the fiery fingers. So I don't think that really means anything. He was just, pissed off and released some energy. I think that's what it was.
Okay. I don't have a way to confirm it either way, so it could fit in exactly.
I mean, it doesn't really matter anyway, but...
Yeah. That shit's strong as fuck either way, bro. And I made a mistake. Well, not a mistake. It was artistic differences, but the explosions in the Dark Zone do seem to be drawn in this manner. And I guess in general they are because, like we mentioned before, Gilead's explosions do look similar to this. So it looks like that whenever Zeldris is doing the full reflect, that's what we're seeing. And it's not a darkness, or it's not Hellblaze explosions, because we see it here too. Whenever ESCANOR does his crazy prominence. I bet we're gonna get a better name than that fucking in the official translation, bro. Crazy prominence.
Maybe.
It's not bad.
Prominence is straight. It's probably like I don't know.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean Buffett is going to have a technique with crazy in its name. I don't know.
Well, I mean, his prominence
Maybe
is
pirate prominence or something, but not crazy. Or regal prominence or something like that.
What's the definition of prominence again?
Just
gotta look
means
that up.
like the best or a high quality.
So, the craziest high quality.
I'm pretty
Okay.
sure I got that right. I could be wrong.
So all right, after Zeldris reveals his like fucking his ultimate technique, Russo gets upset with what he clearly sees as superior than his Flash, and he speed blitzes him. This is a suicide run.
I had the same thought.
Yeah.
What does that say about the situation? What do you guys think about that?
He's frantic. He's not thinking clearly. He's really he's really caught up on this holy war thing.
Yeah, he keeps getting the L's.
He's
And
mid.
he's like,
That's
"I'm
fine.
just-"
That's fine.
He's
Oh,
mid.
we know
I
you're-
swear.
Haters confirmed. I mean, like that fits perfectly because of like
Grimm.
we see him. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
I
hear
was
you.
about to say, bro. Like you kind of just like dipped out for a minute. Go ahead.
Cause like a few panels like down, we see him crying about the things that he sacrificed for this moment. So we know it's he's doing this because of the war. Like he said before, I have an obligation and the responsibility of winning this battle. So it's like
Yeah, I actually have an interesting idea, if you will. Because, yeah, we do see Ludoshel with some random dude in his arms, right?
don't you
I
dare!
think we
Don't
saw...
you dare!
Yeah. No.
Hold on.
I think we saw that dude. I think it was when King Indiana underwent that test and went back in time mode in like whatever the fuck, time space illusion, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I think we see him as an extra background character, even though it doesn't really make sense. Because I assume he would have had to die previously. Anyway, the thing is, I think that dude was his best friend, lover, or whatever the fuck.
No.
I think that he reincarnated in Hendrickson. I think that kind of makes sense because they kind of look alike. And if Ro can reincarnate into Oslo, why the fuck not?
I literally said that shit 10 minutes before the podcast, bro.
Hey, now they can get together.
Listen.
Dude.
Okay. Listen.
God.
Okay. You got.
You know
Listen.
he wants
you
to
got-
be inside him.
Okay. Listen. Okay. Listen. All right. You know what? You know what? I'll put my foot down. Okay. Now I'll put my foot down. Listen. 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 I saw this. I'm thinking to myself, all right, you know what? Louis Shell, he probably has his own reasons. Because I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Louis Shell's, he's kind of an asshole. Kind of like too much of an asshole. But listen. To go as far as to be all like we have like another Slater. I don't know about. I don't know. Like, remember, it's a holy war. Grudges are made. It's a passionate time. I don't know about that passionate, but it's kind of passionate. All right.
We also gotta. This is for the entire podcast, not for this portion only. But this was a translation that we had issues with, just like Kishin mentioned earlier. So please, check your different sources and wait for the official translation as well to confirm for this chapter. It's very important to get critical information.
Oh yeah, Grimm, real quick. They actually came through and like redid this panel because they actually fixed the part right over here where it says I have obligation, responsibility. Yeah, like that before was like all Portuguese or Spanish, or what you said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was.
So at least they're on this shit. But yeah, that's an interesting idea because Kishin actually mentioned when he came in that I think he says he looks like Bond actually to him, or there's a similarity between Bond Hendrickson and this guy's appearance. I don't see the Bond part, but
Yeah, me neither.
yeah.
No, I brought up the Hendrickson appearance.
Yeah. So right about the Henderson. Okay, yeah. And we also thought that if Ro could reincarnate, it's just about the same exact time period, so it could be the case.
That's why he's so drawn to him.
Listen to Ro. Listen to right.
All right.
And that's why Ludovico chose Margaret, because he's more confident now. Who knows?
Bro,
You know what?
bro.
You
Are
know
you trying to
what?
say that Rudicel's the girl? Bro, stop, bro. Stop.
There's a lot of tsundere going on last time. It's like I didn't mean to fall on your back. I mean, wait, hold on, nope, not this. He knows what was going on. He knows what was going on. He was about to fall into tsundere trend, but he didn't. He's lucky.
Oh my gosh, bro, y'all
He's
better
lucky.
stop with these, bro. I
don't
literally
know,
dropped
man.
Owari, bro. Also, like I said, guys, please do not take the views that you hear on here today as anything serious. But I stopped reading Owari no Seraph when the main character and his best friend had a unarguable gay moment, bro.
Unarguable.
Unarguably gay. 100%.
I haven't read that series, so I don't know.
I don't even know what you're talking about. So
Oh yeah.
I watched the anime a little bit, but
Yeah, like you know what, those two are like what happens when little kids don't grow up and it's like they think everything they're doing is innocent, but in reality everyone else is like on the outside looking at them. It's like, hey man, that's kind of gay.
That's probably what it is, but
yeah,
That's probably what it is. It's like they're both trying to be androgynous, but by doing so with like the way they're drawn, it's like you guys are so androgynous and pretty boy looking that like
Okay, but
everyone
what's the
thinks
what's the problem?
There's no problem. Amen.
you hate
There's no
gays,
problem
bro.
with
That's what it
me.
is. You hate gays.
There's no problem with me. I don't listen, man. Listen, man. I'm not dealing with that. I see it. I see it going down. People are confused. I'm just pointing out the facts. That's me pointing out the facts. I'm doing a good job. I'm doing a service to society by pointing out the facts. That's it. Just the facts. No opinions, just facts.
All right. Well, the facts are that Gil Thunder got his shit fucked up.
Gil Thunder's about to get a glow up with
Got his
Ludovico,
shit fucked up.
He's about to get the biggest glow up.
I hope so.
Plus Thunder God. I praying to God. Praying to God.
That would be pretty awesome.
Yo, I would, my nigga. That makes sense. That right there makes sense, bro.
Like hashtag Holy Knights making a comeback. Like, come on.
To have Gil Thunder come back like that, bro.
I know everyone here remembers Gil Thunder before he got his revenge. Gil Thunder like pre-revenge was the best Gil Thunder, the strongest Holy Knight.
No
and then he got his revenge and it was kind of cool. And then after that, went down.
That revenge scene was like top 10 scenes in Taizai till this day.
Yes,
top 10 scenes, no doubt.
But then everything after that was kind of ass. Like sure, him and House, like they trained, they got strong and everything. But it's like like humans really couldn't get up the minute power levels became a thing, and the Demon Clan dropped as hard as the Saiyans. Like, but now the gods came through to fix it because like now like the gods are like the other Saiyans, but they're kind of the Namekians too. So now they can like do the whole Namekian thing where it's like, oh yeah, like I'll be inside you and like power you up. When I leave, you like you keep the glow up. Oh, bet. And then it's like, and now it's like all the Holy Knights can get like the glow up because like they need the glow up because like the Demon Clan stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say
really
you guys do realize that if these fucking possessions that you guys are so obsessed with occur, that the other characters are gonna be suppressed, right? Like, where the fuck is Margaret? Where was Dreyfus back then? You know?
Yeah, I remember talking to Kishin about this before, but so like I've never, but it's like the goddesses, like whenever they possess someone's body, or at least when anyone possesses the bodies of a human, it seems as though like the will of the human is normally like suppressed, and then like it's just like the personality comes out. I figured that at one point there might be like a goddess or a demon, doesn't matter which, might be like, what if we go with like a cohabit, like a co-symbiotic relationship where it's like I can supply power and you kind of go off and do your thing.
Let me ask you guys an off-topic question. You guys remember when Rudicel came to Bartra and he first found out about the possession, and then that's when they made the pact? What do you think would have happened if Bartra would have said, or Bartra would have like stayed with his word to like he wanted Margaret out of there, and he would have told Escanor to go get my daughter out? What would have been
a fight?
I simply think Ludovico would have used his spell to basically, take control of Bartra's mind. It's kind of like how he did with those knights to make them, his minions, and that's.
I don't think he would.
Nothing will change.
I don't think he would be
Quattro's
able
better
to.
than that.
I don't think he'd
it
be able
wasn't
to
really
because
mind control.
I don't know about the mind control
it kind of
because
was.
They call it that. Well, hold on. Why do you say not, Kishin?
Well, we're talking about Breath of Bless, right?
Yes.
Well, that was just a fake power up because it was like a super powered painkiller.
I
Yeah,
mean, they
but
have
it-
more than
But it also had that
one.
property there too.
Yeah, like
But it
that,
also
like,
made them subservient to Ludoshio.
it did. Yeah, it did. But my thing is, even if that were to happen, at the end of the day, you still have fucking Elizabeth being able to essentially being able to dispel like any of the like any spell that Ludoshio puts on anyone, especially Bartra. Because Bartra also has like vision, so I'm pretty sure he could tell if he was going to get manipulated.
What? Oh yeah. I guess how you couldn't say that why she didn't do it for Death Beers, but she wasn't there. So yeah, I guess so.
Not only that, but like she knows this when people are under the effects, and it seems simple enough. Is like if you explain what's going on, like they can keep the they can keep the power up and just realize like I better watch myself before I actually get myself killed. That's really it. Like she even says it. You get your little glow up, but it's like you don't feel pain, so watch out, bro. You might be walking with like a fucked up ankle.
All right, so the next sequence that we see, and I'm kind of confused if you guys want to like give your thoughts on what you guys think it is. Zeldris teleports behind Escanor and Merlin, who are now the last two standing after Gil Thunder got slammed into the fucking.
Well, he doesn't teleport behind him. Because Zeldris doesn't move from his position. It just kind of looks like that from his perspective. Like maybe he shifted his focus on Escanor
Okay.
and tried to pull him in because Escanor and Merlin are the only ones left.
Mhm.
So, but he didn't teleport. He didn't really move because keep in mind he's still like while his power is active, he can't really move because keep in mind he's constantly using his darkness, so he can't really move. He is immobile during this time.
I feel like he could move the center radius, but that wasn't what I was trying to focus on. Even if that were the case, that he just shifted his viewpoint because that makes just as much sense. Merlin says, or Escanor says, please, just a bit more. And then Merlin says, okay, but I'll never repeat this again. What is she referring to? Doing the super continuous spell teleport, or what is she getting at?
I don't know because to me the way I took it was she uses her super continuous teleport to avoid being sucked in by Zeldris. Other than that, I have no idea.
Could just be
What
bad
you-
translation.
It could, but I think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
may be
but-
something else. What if he wasn't like? What if it's not time?
What if it's not time? She like sped up time, or what if it was like not time and like she like did something?
There's
so that
been
he could beat the
instances
sun?
where he went into like his form without the sun being on and whatnot, or someone took it away while the sun was out. So maybe she did. That's what I was thinking. I don't think it's actually high noon. I think she
Yeah.
did some shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this was sudden, and it doesn't happen suddenly. Last time it wasn't like that. This was regular
Yeah.
Escanor.
It started to like he got like fiery, and then he turned into the one.
Exactly. As a matter, yeah, no, he did the crater shit before.
But what does it say on noon at the bottom of the final page?
But does it actually?
It does. It says.
For a single minute on noon, he is invincible. The one is released.
It didn't say it is noon. It just said he's supposed to be invincible jury dude. That's my. No, you're right though.
Yeah.
Invincible jury duty? What?
I mean,
Don't worry, Aldridge got this. We good.
I like it too. It's like Meliodas, Esterosa. It seems that you brothers don't get tired of irritating me.
my nigga, when I read that, I was like, bro,
Damn.
we skipped the shit, bro. We skipped the fucking walk, bro. The fucking walk, bro. This nigga took a walk, bro.
This man said, like, yo, Demon King, I see your kids out here getting wrecked, getting reckless. I got you with this babysitting company, bro. Yo, it's called Escanor. Yo, it's called Escanor's baby service. I'll slap a bitch.
Escanor's
put a boy
babysitting
to
services,
sleep.
bro.
I'll shake a baby boy in the face, so I'll shake him blue. I'll shake him blue.
The nigga said, Meliodas,
And
Esterosa, it seems that you brothers do not get tired of irritating me. Oh shit, bro. When I saw this finger, bro, I was like, I seen that shit before.
yo,
I seen that shit before.
watch, that finger. Watch that finger. Watch that finger make Zeldris go in the corner for like 5 minutes, bro. While the grown men fight.
Bro, Rita looks like a stick in his fucking hand now. Bro, what the fuck? Oh,
Yeah, really.
shit.
It's hilarious.
Well, look, but before we move on though, let's entertain that viewpoint a little bit more though, because I think there's a little bit more credibility to it. If I can recall, whenever we were watching ESCANOR progress to the one form, we did indeed see different grotesque forms before the final grotesque form. So, and this doesn't even look like the complete one form. This looks a little bit smaller actually. If you remember, the one form that we saw inside the perfect cube was
there's no shirt left.
yeah.
Well, that was Meliodas at the end of the day, so you really can't say.
I don't
Nah, that nigga was big as hell. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
like bro, like his shoulders were like fucking, like the tips of his fingers, bro, were below his knees, bro. Like what nigga walks around like that? Like that's fucking. So
He's only
what
got
do
to
you
walk
want,
around it
bro?
for a
He's
minute.
a big old dude. Like, what do you want? Like, he's just huge.
I want to stamp this in the stream right now. Naya and I believe, we should be proven wrong, but we believe that this is not an authentic one form. It may be induced with a different catalyst.
Yeah, probably Merlin.
Probably. Yeah,
I
probably.
think.
Probably. I would agree. There's no reason why.
Yeah.
Especially when Meliodas and like power grew drastically.
No doubt.
And they're calling this is the one like where was like his voice didn't even change tones. We have to see the voice change tones before we get like the one. We get like some fan service when it comes to ESCANOR and beating some ass. So where's the tone change?
All
It
right.
could be this final page where the font's a bit different.
That's not enough fan service for me.
How do you read tone from a freaking page? It's like trying to read sarcasm out of a text. It's,
Well, you know what?
Hey, yo, Soraya, you're Mike.
It was kind of like letting him go
sorry.
away. It's probably there when it was Escanor talking like Ludishell, and then Ludishell kind of flew away. He's like, "Oh no, what a shame." That right there, that was some slick shit. Escanor is always about his slick shit.
I'm wondering though, because well, let me just ask you guys top to bottom before we head out. What do you guys think Zeldrich is thinking? What do you guys think he's gonna do? And how do you guys think he's gonna fare?
Okay, I'll go first. I think he's thinking, oh fuck, number one. Second, I think he's just gonna continue to use it. I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see if it will work. Because keep in mind, Meliodas did 1,000 divine fucking slashes, and he was like, not but an itch. So I'm like, well, fuck. Because if this dude is invincible, Zeldrich is gonna get raped. Like, he's gonna get fucked. He's gonna get fucked. Like there's nothing. There's nothing he can do. 3 out of 3. Pride beats everything. Love, piety, and wrath. Like nothing. Unless he has something else up his sleeve, then no, he's gone. Bye bye. And then that's it.
Yeah, it's time to take some damage.
It's time to take some damage.
Oh my!
I'm getting flashbacks of One Punch Man. You have a powerful fire user against a child-looking person.
That child-looking person might win.
Not for the right answer.
Not for the right answer.
What's up, Diane?
I'm not. I'm worried still. I'm worried. I'm not gonna front. I'm worried.
Yo, because you know this man Escanor takes no
You
L's.
nigga about to get fucked.
See, and your boy Zeldrich just came through, so you don't know who to root for.
Oh, that's
You don't know
right.
how
Oh, he
ugly
just
it's
got his
gonna
reveal.
get.
He about to get fucked
You
over.
don't know how ugly it's gonna get. You don't know who's gonna get slapped. You don't know who's gonna get insulted.
Considering this is not the real version of the one. You know?
Yo. I apologize for interrupting y'all, but the manga stream translation just dropped, and there seems to be the true one form, because we get that was kind of a shitty translation, where in the page where Escanor was talking to Merlin and she used the super continuous like teleport on a manga stream, because the translation just dropped. Escanor tells Merlin, please just hang in there for 1 more minute. and she's like, "All right, I'm done making mistakes too." So she's using the teleport to not only shield herself from Zeldris, but also from like the one. Because keep in mind, he is constantly like producing heat and damaging everyone. Because if you remember, versus Estarossa, him just having cruel sun melted motherfuckers' armors off.
Oh, that's true.
So I have to keep that in mind.
Oh, okay. Let's check out some more. Okay, so at least on manga stream, the attack is still called Crazy Prominence, so that might say the same. What else is consistent? Let's point out. Let's see here.
His little came to getting angry at the Demon Clan. His views on his racism. I like that too. Like this chapter, we get a little like some views on his own racial beliefs for the Demon Clan and why he hates him. That's all. That's
all we gotta do is last a minute.
Last a minute, and then this baby going to sleep. Sleep.
All right. It says here for Zeldris' true power. The true nature of Ominous Nebula is through an extreme ultimate state of concentration. He accelerates the darkness within his own body and spirals it out around him, creating a vortex that pulls in all living things around him with a terrifying force, as if air were suddenly introduced into a vacuum. And any and everything that enters that area will be shredded to ribbons with such blinding speed that even the absolute spinal reflexes of a living organism could not dodge them in time. Simply to put a name on it, it would be full react. So that's making it seem like the darkness is what's doing the cutting.
Well, if it's moving so fast, then it's been a unknown force that was always, attacking them and sending them back. It probably was the whole time.
Yeah.
Any and everything that enters that area will be shredded to ribbons with such blinding speed that even the absolute spinal reflexes of a living organism could not dodge them in time. Simply to put a name on it, it would be full react. Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
Listen, Demon King representative, you know what I'm saying? We good. Got the power of God on our side.
Listen, you're scared. Yo, listen, I understand why you're scared.
I don't know what he is talking about. I am completely composed. I don't know what he's saying. He's lying.
But then there's the lion's in a pride, right? That pride, right?
Piety out.
I do find it kind of interesting that ESCANOR only is using one.
You cut out.
He's not even given the whole hand.
You cut out. Kishin, you cut out. What'd you say?
Notice how he's only using one finger, ESCANOR is.
Oh, one finger. You know what that means? Naya. I know you know what this means, Naya. One finger.
Don't go that way.
He ain't even going
Naya,
full
one
power.
finger.
I was just saying that he doesn't respect.
Y'all hear
Zeldris
something?
to even use the full hand.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
No, Naya knows. Naya knows what happened.
He's got to pull out the
One
whole
finger.
act for not doing this. He needs
One
all his
finger.
power.
Naya,
He
he knows-
needs power, help. He needs a Merlin boost, flash boost,
Naya.
all of that. That's the only
Naya.
way. Yo, we go.
Naya.
Zeldris about to get fucked in the ass.
If he doesn't, I want a hand job.
Oh, whoa.
What the fuck?
All right. Grimm, do it to him.
I think it's gay, bro.
I stand by the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, I guess that was Damn. So that being the case, damn.
Hey man, look.
Time
Hey
has
man,
come.
look. Listen. It's been like a great 2 weeks. I've been seeing like kids get beat. Luffy got dropped. Who is it?
Child Emperor got dropped.
Emperor got beat. Yeah, Child Emperor got that abuse. Now Zeldris, yo, just boys getting beaten up all day. Just child abuse.
Hashtag child
Love it.
abuse.
Yo, actually, let me ask everyone something, and just quick answer. Don't really think about it too much. But Kaido versus Escanor.
ESCANOR.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Escanor's
probably.
invincible for a minute, so.
yeah.
Yeah, but Kaido's possibly invincible.
But Kaido's a huge fucking dragon.
That didn't
Hey,
stop.
man,
That didn't
Escanor
stop some
doesn't
rubber
care.
guy from smashing him into a village.
I
Oh
mean,
no,
that's also-
but The thing about it is like I said like in one of my videos is it's like the Superman thing where you can have enough strength and force to hit Superman backwards, but not enough to actually physically harm him. That's all it really is. Like he's in a sense he's still flesh and blood. Luffy's punching him backwards and shit because physics are out, but he's not feeling anything.
I could agree to that. But
Yeah,
this
but also
isn't that.
physics don't matter for shit in like manga and anime.
This is the sun, nigga.
My point is just that like he gets hit back. But you know what? I mean, that's Nebula.
Bro, if he did that blast at ESCANOR, bro, he would just take that shit, bro. bro, he did a cruel sun point blank at Meliodas, got full countered, and he still tanked that bitch, bro. Ain't nothing hurt ESCANOR, bro.
Well, given how close he is to Zeldris now, he should be already feeling the effects of the ominous nebula. So,
well, yeah, they mentioned that if I'm correct that like. Why is he able to walk? That's why.
Because he's invincible.
Yeah, it's
no, it's because of. I think it's from the teleports. But I could be wrong.
Yeah, I thought so too at first, bro. But I moved away from that. I think it's his own volition.
Because he's way too strong now.
Yeah.
His lordship doesn't.
Yeah, I think everybody else was just.
And big as fuck. I mean, shit, his dick is probably bigger than Zeldris at this point.
Yo,
Honestly.
hey, bro,
That's impossible.
this stream is gonna get super like. Stop. We talking about child abuse. Dick.
I wasn't even said that.
Impossible.
Okay, that was me. Yeah, I said that.
Oh shit.
Impossible.
All right. Does anybody have any?
Escanor's compensating.
Does anybody have any additional thoughts on the chapter before we head out?
Soldier season.
Crazy prominence. I got crazy prominence in the world.
Trash.
Man, that's just got to be some like fucking
Hashtag child abuse. Hashtag Holy Knights out. Hashtag physics out. Hashtag no demons out here. Hashtag fuck demons. Hashtag Gelda 2018.
You know what? As strong as Zeldris is, he fucked on fucking on Escanor's back, and he just tanked that shit like a sandwich, bro. He got cut. He was bleeding a little bit, but he ate it like a sandwich, bro. I don't know.
Man. Hey man, listen. That's a courtesy shot. That's a courtesy shot. He gives everyone a courtesy shot. Look at Gallon. Got one shot in, and then ran away.
Wait, real quick. Could we see Escanor's eyes in this last chapter?
He has no pupils.
No.
Oh, okay.
In the last page, no.
Jesus Christ! All right, 'cause I went back to the last time he used the one. He has like the quick fire in his eyes.
Well,
You
it's
scared now?
it's
Well,
not
he's
a
probably-
close up.
Yeah,
So.
we'll see. We'll see next chapter. Yo, listen. I have faith.
Don't. The time has come. All right, guys. That's it for today's Board Hat podcast. We're at another one of those impasses. I remember when the Escanor versus Meliodas chapter came out, the entire community stopped. Expect waves in the anime and manga community, not just in Seven Deadly Sins, in the entire anime and manga community because of this event. Escanor's movement is an event. The one's existence is a carnival, my niggas. Get ready for the fiesta, yo. I'm gonna see y'all boys later on. Like, subscribe. Check out everybody's links in the description. We're getting close to that 300 subscribers mark, bro. No, we're not. We're at like 210. So help us get there, bro. Yo!